It's been a pretty full-on day today, full of big feelings, really big feelings. And I've been feeling a lot of those feelings over the last year. Like, it's been a pretty full-on year, let's face it, for most people. I would have to say it's been particularly intense for me this year because since I separated with my husband at the beginning of the year, I've had to do a lot of self-reflection and a lot of working out what unraveled within my relationship and look at the patterns that have played out in all my romantic relationships so I don't continue those patterns. And I think it's important to share this because if you have a healthy relationship with yourself, it is so vital to the relationships that you hold with those around you, including your kids. And whether you're in a relationship currently or not, I think it is so important to look at the relationship with the self. And I've come to that massive realization this year because, you know, there are things that have been amiss sometimes in my relationship with my kids. And it's been because I haven't really worked on that relationship with the self. And that's the work that I'm doing at the moment. So coming back to those big feelings that I felt today, I felt a lot of loss and a lot of abandonment today. And it hurts, like it really hurts. And what I now realize is you need to be able to feel those feelings and keep those feelings there and try and work out where you have felt those feelings before, particularly when you're younger, because that's really where the powerful work starts. When you feel those feelings and you can then see what you've been trying to avoid. You know, I haven't wanted to feel those feelings and I've been feeling them a lot this year. And it sort of stemmed from last night. I went to an engagement party and there were a lot of people that I hadn't seen for many years asking about my separation. And I really, well, for one, didn't really know what to say. But I came away, I had to leave early and I felt so lost. And that feeling of abandonment came back again and continued today. And what I realized today through staying in those feelings is some powerful stuff came out. And I realized that where I'd really felt those feelings before was when my father passed away when I was 11 of cancer. And there was such enormous loss and abandonment. And I felt that when I was quite young as well, in various situations with my mum. And those feelings, you know, are the feelings that I haven't wanted to feel in my romantic relationships because I haven't had a strong male role model around since my father died. And what I realized is I've been avoiding those feelings for so long, and particularly in my romantic relationships. And the other realization I've come to is that I'm actually quite codependent. And that's something that I'm working on. So codependency is, you know, in your close relationship, and it could be with a partner. In my case, it's been with my my partner and my previous partners as well. I put more emphasis on the relationship with them than on the relationship with myself. And many people probably do that, but I did it to the point that I would self-abandon over and over again. And I almost mold into that other person where if they're feeling feelings of anger, happiness, sadness, I feel those feelings too, but I also mold into those feelings. And so, you know, for many years, I've just lost myself and I've self-abandoned over and over again. And what happens with that, what happens with codependency is you end up not having a powerful no. You end up not having great boundaries. The interesting thing with me is I've got some good boundaries in other areas of my life, but I haven't had it in my romantic relationships because I've been desperately, obviously, trying to hang on to those relationships. And so by not having a powerful no, and by not being able to stand in my truth, essentially, I've done myself a disservice because I've ended up feeling resentment, and it's because I haven't listened to my own truth and spoken my own truth. And so what I've realized now is this is something that I continually need to work on is the codependency. And it's been able to do all that work with the self so I don't do that again in any relationship. Really it's all about honoring myself and really having that self-worth there, and that's the work I'm doing at the moment. Anyway, I wanted to share that today because I think there's probably some other people that can relate to that. And if you do, please leave me a message. There's a bit more about codependency in my journal as well.